Alrighty. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a wonderful day at the Big Apple of the the Wildspire Waste. The windswept plains. Forgive me. Um, my name is 630, aka the Third Son. Um, and I have been thoroughly enjoying Wilds ever since it came out. I have gotten a bunch of hours in this game already. I love this game that much. Longsword is eating so good with so many different tools and moves that we got. It's not even funny. I'm just loving how this game is right now. Even with all of the controversy and stuff that's going on about the game, the Ardean weapons, power creep and everything and all that other good stuff. Not that I really care too much about that. Um, because I'm good for real, bro. Like, I have not seen a single problem in the game that, for lack of a better way to say it, is worth stressing over. And this is my bias. But I've just really been enjoying the experience, and I hope that everybody else is as well. Um, and I got inspired to do this guide because, like, it occurred to me recently exactly how deep the longsword can go and ways that we can make the weapon deeper. Um, you can play a conservative longsword if you know how. Um, but I was inspired to kind of sort of just throw together like a guide, so to speak, just like a list of tips that can kind of sort of make transitioning from knowing the basics to moving as an intermediate a little bit easier. Forgive the pause. Um, and so, yeah, this is kind of like the video that I came up with. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, let's go on ahead and get started. So, yeah, there is one. I'll start this off by saying that there is one question that seems to stigmatize the longsword to hell and back. Is it an easy mode weapon or is it not? Is it a brain dead weapon or is it not? I had to think about that one for a little bit. Obviously, I like my longsword. And I think that the answer to that question is yes, but no, in that particular order. As in, kinda yes, because you can kind of sort of take the bowgun route and you can mash the right trigger to victory, reload with the triangle and circle buttons. All that's well and good. But also ultimately no, because there's an art to doing that. Yeah, I know. It sounds weird, it sounds strange, but there really is an art to doing that and not dying in the process. You see, if you mash the absolute dog shit out of the right trigger and you just attack with reckless abandon for what the monster's gonna do next, you're gonna get hit. And you're gonna get hit a lot. Just like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Because of the fact that you, the longsword user, don't have a block button, you're probably going to get punched in the mouth a lot. Yes, you do have Foresight Slash. Yes, you do have your evasion. But the thing is, it's like you still need to make the right defensive calls at the right time, and you need to work on timing that parry the way that you need to. It's not straight dog easy to do. It's just, I'd say, a good moderately easy to do in practice, and then moderate when you're under pressure. So, yeah. And so that's part of why I'm making this guide. I want to see if I can throw some tips and such together that have helped me personally along my longsword journey that I think could be of some use to anyone who may want it. You can kind of sort of take it or leave it. Like, I'm not from Team Darkside, so I'm not necessarily an authority figure on the subject, but I'm just putting them out there for consideration. Um, just like Jim Chapin said, a drummer who helped pioneer the Moeller technique for drumming. If something comes your way, you can accept it or reject it, but examine it. So I'm just putting it out there for examination by the masses, and we'll see whether or not that backfires. So, yeah, my name is 630, aka the Third Son, and let's go on ahead and get it on and popping. So, here are the basic tools, or what I think are some good basic tools to use. This is not an exhaustive list, but let me go on ahead and just list them out. The first tool that I think would be a great idea to implement would be triangle circle. I'm using the PlayStation controls because everybody knows them pretty much. And because I know some folks that are on Switch, the Y's and the B's and stuff might get confusing. I don't know. I use an Xbox controller, but still. So the first one, I would say triangle and circle while moving. The second one, triangle, circle, fade slash. Third, triangle into fade slash. Fourth, circle into fade slash. Fifth, circle button by itself. Sixth, circle in quick succession. 7, circle delay circle. Throw that pause in there. 8, and I hope that this doesn't get me like, murked or anything. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Hear me out for that one. It's not optimal, but I'm saying that it is an option that can be made to work if you place it as a punishment tool and not as an initiate your offense tool. But more on that later. 9 is the aerial spirit slash when you're jumping off a ledge or off of your secret. The 10th is the aerial spirit draw attack when you're doing a slide, like when you're sliding down a hill like this one. Look at the name on the screen. Yeah. Aerial spirit blade draw. So that's 10 tools. And then your 11th tool is going to be the Foresight Slash. Enough said. And then the 12th key tool is going to be your special sheath, also known as the Iai Stance. And then, like, this is kind of sort of going to be like the section that I call basic tools. So this is what I'll put forth. Now, let me start with number 1, triangle circle. So doing this. Do it again. And do it again. So, triangle circle, in my opinion, is a great way to initiate your offense. Because if you do the triangle out the box, it doesn't look like it's too long, but the wind up at the beginning really just makes it a little bit tough. You can move both of those if you do that, but the thing is that it just takes some time. And when you're doing a hunt, the monster's not always going to give you that time. So I think a good, safe way to initiate your offense and to feel out the monster and see where they're going to go next is triangle circle, preferably while moving. The triangle at the beginning has that forward momentum, and the circle button gives you that safety because it's so quick and because it's cancelable and delayable, the whole 9 yards. You won't have any problem putting a Foresight Slash at the right time after that move. So the whole thing, forward momentum, safety. Forward momentum, safety. And it's safety because since it's not that long of a time, it's not that committal. And it also helps for, like, old habits, like the ones that I have to break. Dear Longsword did a guide for Longsword 101 for Wilds when the beta dropped, and he mentioned that you should be initiating your offense with circle, just using that button, because it gives you options. It gives you safety because of the fact that it's quick and cancelable. It gives you options, the whole 9 yards. Me, since I'm coming over from World and Rise, and I played Longsword in those games as well, my natural instinct is just run up, triangle, go through the combo, go from there. I was a little bit disappointed that we couldn't just put the stab after anything anymore, but I got over that. What we got in this game was so worth it, though. So triangle circle, it helps. Number 2, triangle circle fade slash. As a lot of us know, this move is a very, very highly busted move. It's great when it comes to positioning. It's great to give yourself a little bit of safety because you can lean back like Fat Joe. And you can also do other dance moves such as slide to the left or slide to the right, reverse, reverse, and level up your gauge because you did that dance. Yeah, you get a lot of positioning power with this. Very, very high amounts of bussing. What I decided to do, and you know what you'll probably be doing pretty much whether intentionally or not, is you'll chain your fade slash into your combo. So I was like, okay, triangle, circle, fade. Now, let me show you how much bar this builds up. Builds that sucker all the way up, or almost all the way up. And then just going from there. Might need to get a different longsword just to check things out and see. I don't have focus on this one. I don't understand why. Okay. But yeah. So the reason why that's helpful is because the first move that I gave, the triangle circle, lets you press your offense safely. And then when you observe the monster and you kind of sort of get the go-ahead when it's not going to challenge you or do anything, you can just go straight into that fade slash as a way to press your offense and then go from there. I won't go into red gauge just yet. And yeah. And it builds dummy thick meter. Not too much else that needs to be said. Now, the next one is fades, is a number 3, triangle and a fade slash. Triangle and the fade slash, we talked about how wonderful fade slash was. So triangle fade slash is forward momentum into your attack. This, I did it way too late. Sorry about that. Give me a chance to make up for that. All right. So this, spirit step, spirit blade 3, into that one. And let me get out of red gauge. So what is great about the what is great about triangle into fade slash is that it gives you a lot of good meter that you can use. I might need to get a different longsword to illustrate this point. Bear with me. I'm gonna get the Hope longsword instead. It might be a little easier to illustrate this. All right. So, triangle, that. I was actually trying to go for the spirit charge thing. So we'll say, we'll do this. Spirit charge just in case you need, and then go from there. Spirit charge is a wonderful addition into this game that allows you to use spirit combo moves on credit. Love it so much. But I'll cover that a little bit later. Don't know if it's going to be in another video or this one. It might be in this one. I don't know. So yeah, triangle into a fade slash is very, very great. It gives you enough meter to where you can skip that first step and then go into the second step and then the third step, and then you can spirit charge for the fourth one so that you can hit the round slash and round out that spirit blade combo. You know that y'all like that one. And then of course we got the circle and the fade slash, which is essentially the same thing, but it trades the forward momentum for the quickness of the circle button. So this step, charge, that. And the reason why I'm doing that is because there might be cases, if you try this out for yourself, I don't know why I'm building more gauge. I don't quite want to build more gauge. But But the main thing is that there might be the extra focus. Hang on. Forgive me. We'll do Iron Katana instead. I wanted to keep the bone shoulder one to prove a point here, but let me try it again. So, never mind. Never mind. Sorry, that was my mistake. Okay, so yeah. Circle in the Fade Slash is very, very great to use as well. So I guess the next thing we'll go into number 5, which is just the regular circle button. The regular circle button is a very, very, very great tool. Many longsword users know how to use this tool by heart. It's a nice spacing tool. It's very cancelable after it's executed, so something like that. You can cancel it super late, or you can delay it out for as long as you want. And let me see if I can go longer. You can go super long with that one, and doing that lets you put a Foresight Slash wherever you need to. And you can also chain into other moves like normals, like which you can go into the Spirit Step combo, or you can use it to chain into more circles to extend the wait period, the feel out period, as I like to call it. You can chain into evasion, or you can chain into Foresight Slash so that you can defend yourself with. And you can use the stab into Foresight Slash sequence to bust out Foresight Slash on command when you need it, so that you can defend yourself, dodge a fireball that's coming your way, the whole 9 yards. You can use Foresight Slash reactionary because of this button. And so that's number 5. Oh yeah, you can also cancel into your Spirit Blade combo, or you can cancel into the Spirit Sheath or Special Sheath, and then go from there. It's very safe, very multi-purpose. That circle button will help you so much. What it lacks in damage, it more than makes up for by giving you everything that you need to feel out the monster and see where you want to take the fight from there. Number 6 is this, just circle and circle in quick succession after each other. Same benefit as circle itself, but it has an extra hit, and you can extend that out for however long you want. Number 7 is circle, delay circle, which lets you place a Foresight Slash where you need to. So there's that. Now, this is where I'm probably gonna get a little bit of flack. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Pay attention to how much meter triangle, triangle, triangle builds up. It lets you consistently go through all 4 of those. All 4 pieces of the Spirit Blade combo. So let's see, let me empty this out again. So, all right, there we go. So, triangle, 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 triangle does do good damage. It may not have as much utility as your triangle into Fade Slash or even circle into Fade Slash, but it can be a nice, handy tool to use. But it can be a nice, handy tool to use. To, like, if you ever need to punish the monster, you don't want to use it to initiate. You generally don't want to use it to initiate, because just like I was saying at the beginning, if I said at the beginning, it's too long to just spam triangle, because it gives you a return, it gives you damage, and it gives you gauge, but because of the fact that it has that slow startup and then a little bit of a slower continuation, the risk reward math says no. And if it doesn't feel slow to you, just take it out and try to use it in neutral. You're probably going to get hit once or twice for it, maybe a couple more times, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, when you get caught with your pants down for it, you'll know why I'm stressing over it and why I use triangle circle instead. That being said, if you apply it as a punishment tool, you can make it safe enough to use. So if a monster does something and just like decides to screw off and like do a hit that hits nowhere and has to recover from that, you can do this in order to give yourself some meter and in order to put some damage on the board. Plus, the crescent slash at the end of the combo is actually a very, very nice move. Pay attention to the damage on this thing. 26, 20, 35. 35 does more damage than either one of the other two hits individually, and that's the crescent slash. So it can get you a good haul of damage, and it's almost as quick as the circle button. It's almost as quick as the circle button. And so, what you can do with that is if you ever get lucky enough or blessed enough or smart enough to make it to the crescent slash, you have the run of the mill because you can defend yourself with foresight, or you can just go into your spirit combo, take advantage of the fact that the first two hits of the combo can be moved, and then go from there. Now, I'm not saying that it's optimal. I'm not saying that it's optimal at all, but I'm saying that it might be worth using depending on the placement. You can disagree with me if you want. I'm not just sitting here saying that this is going to break the meta, but you might be able to find some uses for it if you use your imagination. That's what I'm working on doing as well. So there's that one. And I think that, oh yeah. So let's see. Moving on, we got number 9, which is the aerial spirit slash. Let me build up some meter and let me build up a gauge. All right. Now, let me also build up a little bit more. All right. So, number 9, the aerial spirit slash. This is preferred with gauge, and this is preferred with at least spirit gauge level 1. You can do this. Watch this. And go into round slash. So you know how the fade slash essentially takes off the first step of your spirit blade combo, which is normally a 4-piece? The thing is, the fade slash straight up replaces one of those attacks. It doesn't quite do away with that step. It shrinks it down, but at the same time, it don't. However, the move that I just did, the aerial spirit slash, you can use this, and it will just straight up allow you to do it in just 3 steps instead of just an honorary 4. See? You can go into spirit round slash with literally 3 steps. And then let me burn it again. Alright. And then let me burn it again. Whoops. Alright. Go. So that is that one, and you can use it off of a ledge. Oh, by the way, this is what happens when you don't use it with anything. Or, let me meter. Pardon. 1,000 pardons. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty much almost the same as just doing it on the ground. But with the white spirit gauge, if you're at least on white, then you get to just go straight into Spirit Blade 3 afterwards. And, yeah. Now, let's also do another... Oh, yeah, and you can also do this off of your Seikret, before I forget. Yeah, bitch! Spirit charge, red gauge, and now I'm just gonna burn it. So you can use your secret to cheat the system, which is also very, very cash money. Now let me see. Let me go into move number 10, which is the aerial dodge, whatchamacallit. The aerial spirit draw. Or, yeah, whatever the hell it's called. So, you're sliding down a mountain, or a hill, or whatever the fuck. Did you see that? Your aerial spirit blade draw. It goes straight into your round slash. Yeah, yeah. Charge. There we go. You see that? So, I'm not saying that you're ever going to use this a lot, but if you happen to be around the hill and you want to slide into the DMs, you can just slide. You can just roll up and hit the right trigger from that slide, and then you can just go straight into the round slash afterwards. It's one of the quickest ways that you got to increase the level of your gauge. That's not a Foresight Slash. So I wanted to throw those in. So now, let's move on to number 11, which is the Foresight Slash. Enough said. Okay, let's move on. Okay, just playing. Okay, so we already know that the Foresight Slash has invulnerability to it. We know that it's very, very generous. And we know that this is one of the main defensive tools that you can use on the Longsword. We know that you sacrifice a whole spirit gauge for it, but you can get it all back if you time the parry the way that you need to, and then go into the round slash afterwards, which in essence allows you to level up your gauge just by knowing the monster, which is very, very cash money. And as longsword users, past a certain point, we do have to know the monster. Otherwise, we're going to get Fleece Johnson. Let's not kid ourselves. So, other things to kind of sort of touch on is that you can move the Spirit Slash, but it is a little bit weird. So you have more movement options than just back and forward. You got two legs. First leg, second leg is the return slash. You can also dodge into the monster like so. Do I get a lot of use out of this? Kinda not really, but Uno Hunter does. And the thing is, like, it's a little bit wonky. The movement of it is very wonky. To put it in perspective, if you want to dodge into the monster or straight ahead, you need to point the thumbstick down to do it. If you want the hunter to go north for the first leg, you need to point the thumbstick south. If you want the hunter to go northeast with the evasion, you have to point the stick southwest. And then so on and so forth. If you want the hunter to go southeast, you need to point the stick northwest. So, yeah. And then the second leg can kind of sort of be controlled as normal or as intuitively as you would want. Like, where you point the stick is pretty much going to go up to a certain angle. So, it's kind of like, you can go there, or, you can go there, or, you can combine them and just see what you do. Like, what helps is just looking at it as if it's two legs. The first leg, you control in the opposite direction, and then the second one, you can go in whichever direction you intend to go, if that makes sense. I hope that that makes it a little bit easier. You can even make an L. Like, let's see. Like a backwards kind of corner type of deal. And that just takes a little bit of work to do. But you'll definitely get the hang of it. And another thing is, let me get a little bit of meter. You can cancel the second leg of the Foresight Slash if you didn't know this already. So, Foresight, cancel into your special sheath. which you can roll out of now, by the way. Whoops, I put it in the wrong direction. So, reasons why you wouldn't want to do this at all. Well, you can take advantage of the invulnerability of the first, like, half of the Foresight Slash, and then you can cancel out the second half if you don't want to go back into the monster and put yourself in danger. Because there are going to be some times when you Foresight Slash at the wrong times, and you go like, oh shit, I'm going right back into that. I'm going right back into that. No! Wait, I can cancel now. And now we dip, and we run. And so you can do something like that. Or, like, you know, if you just catch yourself and you go like, ah, darn it, that was a Foresight Slash that I shouldn't have done. And then you can go as normal. So that lets you put the invulnerability frames of the first part to work to protect yourself. And you can cancel out the second half if it's not advantageous to commit to another attack afterwards. So, you know, you can do that. So yeah, that's kind of what I got. And speaking of the EI Slash or the EI Stance, I'd like to talk about the Special Sheath. You can go into the Special Sheath from pretty much anything as long as it's an attack. So, shing. You got 3 options. EI Slash is one. EI Spirit Slash is another. And you can roll. We get to roll in wilds now, guys. Oh, and by the way, while you're in it, you're immune to small knockbacks. But the big knockbacks that'll send you flying, you do have to worry about. So that definitely helps out quite a bit. Let's see. So your EI... Hang on, let me empty out the gauge. As you know, your EI Slash, you can cancel it in any direction you want as well, so you can reposition. Your EI Slash gives you an auto refill up until the gauge is filled or for a certain amount of time, and you can use that to spin meter and use spirit attacks on credit, as I like to call it. It's like spirit charge as well. So, you know, you get to use meter that you don't even got yet because of this. Because of this move. And it also has some nice damage too, as well. For the very ballsy of you, you can do this move. The EI Spirit Slash. It doesn't punish you as bad as it used to do in the previous games, but the long and short of it is that if you nail it, you do a hefty amount of damage and you level up your spirit gauge by 1. But the problem is you're betting your life on it because the parry window for it is mad small. You literally need to pull the trigger just as the monster is hitting you because your parry window is only like 12 to 14 frames. So you got to hit that smack dab on the money. So this little punch thing right here, by the time it either touches you or is about to touch you, you need to pull the trigger on that EI Spirit Slash thing. If you're having trouble with the timing like I do. Wait too late, you're going to get Fleece Johnson. Go too early, you might be able to power through it because of the armor, but you're not going to get the full return. You'll know that you succeeded when your level goes up. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. You got to do that shit like Minato from Naruto. The moment that the op touches your coat, you got to flash. Boom! That's what you got to do. Yeah. So, yeah, when you go into your special sheath, it is going to be a commitment because of the amount of time that you need to sheath into it. Now, keep in mind, I don't have quick sheath on right now. This is my second account, and I'm trying to build it up. But, you know, like quick sheath is definitely like mandatory for Longsword for a variety of different reasons. But when you go into this stance, it does take some time for you to do. You can't move. You can evade, but you can't move. And you got two moves that are very, very rewarding, but have a little bit of risk. Your EI regular slash is a little bit risky, even though it's a chill move, because going into the special sheath by itself is a commitment. You can still get hit in that motion. And then, of course, if you're trying to do this move, one of the hardest parries in the freaking game, it's definitely risky. And if you nail that, you deserve each and every single reward that you get off of that, because it is that flipping hard to do. Let no man tell you different. But either way, you take a bit of a risk with the special sheath stance so that you can further your game. That's the reason why the punishing draw deco is called the gambit jewel. The more you know. Let's see. Yeah. I think I'm gonna kind of cut it short. This will be like the first one for now, and then I'll kind of go from there. Next, I'll cover some more stuff in future videos, but I just wanted to just put some tips out there for now. Thanks for your time, and I took up a lot of it. Thank you.